Vibes of India. I'm Janvi, and as we enter new financial year 2022-23, I'm sitting with Chartered Accountant and Tax Advisor Yash Shah. We will be discussing about what are the financial things to look forward to in this year. What are the financial concepts that people in our 20s should know? And what are the ways in which you can save tax legally? To discuss all such things, let's start the conversation with CA Yash Shah. Welcome Yash to Vibes of India.
Thank you.
And Yash, we all want to save tax on our salary, but tell us what are the legal ways, what are the effective ways to do that?
But I would like to highlight three things that a salary taxpayer can use for his benefit to save his taxes on salary income. And all these three we have seen in our practice that it's often not used by the taxpayers to their advantage. So I would like to highlight all of these three things. The first being an NPS, that is the National Pension System given as a benefit given by the Government of India. NPS under section 80CCD is a benefit that is given to the taxpayer, that the taxpayer can invest 50,000 rupees, which is over and above the 1,50,000 rupees under 80C. And against this investment, they will get a deduction against the salary income. So whatever my salary income is, if I invest 50,000 in the National Pension System of the Government of India, I'll get that 50,000 rupees as a deduction. So if I'm in the, say, 30% tax bracket, then I straight save 30% on the 50,000 I invested.
So that's one effective way.
And the beauty of this NPS is that the product can be selected by the taxpayer. So say if you are a young taxpayer, if this is to be adopted by you, then you can select your own product. What do you mean by selecting own product is that you can assign the percentage of the asset class that you want. So say, for example, because you are young, you want to invest 75% in equity. Out of that 50,000, 75% will go into the equity. The balance 25 will go in debt. And equities over a long period of time, we always know have really given very, very good returns. And they help in creating wealth. So NPS is definitely a very good tool to invest and to save taxes. The only downside which I would surely like to highlight is that there is a lock-in where the funds can be taken out only once you attain the age of 60. So till then partial withdrawal is permissible with certain rules and regulation, but that is not very tax effective. So if you want to have the best tax advantage of this product, you have to wait till 60. And thereafter the withdrawals are permitted. So NPS is a very good way to save tax. Second is we have come across a lot of people, a lot of our clients actually are not knowing that paying children's school fees and children's tuition fees, they are also allowed as a tax deduction against their salary income.
That's very interesting.
So say kids' education in today's time takes away a large part of a salary takeaway. So what happens is that, say there are two kids and obviously they go to the school, the parents have to pay the school fees, and there are multiple tuitions also they make the kids go through. So if the husband and wife both are working, so 1.5 lakh rupees if they are spending towards the kids' education, this is allowable as an expense or a deduction against your salary income.
Very interesting.
So normally people have this perception that only if you invest in PPF or you invest in ELSS or you invest in mutual funds or fixed deposits,
then only you're getting that benefit.
But if for some reason my cash flows don't permit me for a particular year to invest in all of these schemes or all of these asset classes, this expenditure, I'm sure, is like a compulsion expense. Education. So for that particular year where because of some or the other reason they've not been able to invest, then they can use these expenditures towards the kids' education as an eligible expense to be deducted against the salary. So there is this 1.5 lakh rupees advantage available.
That to 1.5 lakhs.
1.5. This is quite a
significant loss.
Yes, absolutely. Third, if I have to say in terms of tax saving is, there are certain reimbursements which you should always plan it out with your employer.
Okay.
So there are certain expenses, and especially after the COVID times where there is a flexibility given to a lot of employees to work out of home, out of office. If you structure your salary in certain way where some amounts which are so routine today, like say a mobile.
Yeah.
So if this generation tend to change their mobiles every year or every 2 years.
Yeah.
So rather than purchasing a mobile out of your salary income, which is post-tax,
Yeah.
if you structure this thing with your employer, seeing that it is in the form of reimbursements, then the amount that have been spent by the company, which does not come to you, but is like reimbursed,
Yeah.
does not form a part of your taxable income itself.
Okay, that's interesting. That you can also save taxes on.
Okay, so it will not be part of my income itself.
Okay.
So say if I have, every person would definitely have monthly telephone bills, internet bills, etc. Those kind of things. So rather than paying these from my post-tax salary income, if I get these as a form of reimbursements,
Yeah.
these anyways I'm going to do this expenditure out of my salary income. So
why not
rather than doing this, I get it as a reimbursement. The only thing to keep in mind is you cannot get this in form of like a monthly form of a takeaway. It has to be reimbursed against the invoice.
Okay.
So say when you take a yearly plan from Airtel at home for your internet and for your telephone, and say that bill is of say 40,000 rupees. You present it to the company, your company reimburses it, and you have to understand with your company that, okay, from my CTC or my takeaway, this 40,000, I'm not going to get it as a part of the monthly emoluments.
Okay.
So if you structure it something like this way, then I can save paying taxes on that 40,000 itself.
True. So again, that's a smart way to save taxes.
That's a very, very legal and good way to save taxes.
Okay.
So I think if people pay attention to these smaller things, salaried class specifically, they can save certain amount of taxes. They are still not taking. So on one hand, we are definitely complaining that there are not enough avenues, but at the same time, when there are enough legal avenues, we are seeing the people are not taking the full advantage of it.
Okay.
So if these 3 or 4 things, like I said, there are other things as well, but if the people keep it in mind, it will definitely be beneficial for them.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much for that insightful answer.